Since the very beginning of the story, Naruto's dream was to become the Hokage. He kept his Nindo and became Lord 7th. Now he's putting every effort to protect the village, but at some point, someone will have to take over his place. Which character do you think deserves to follow him in that role? Today, I'd like to predict the top 4 potential characters for Lord 8th. Check out for the 4th unexpected candidate. So let's get started. Boruto Uzumaki. As the son of Naruto, it's logical to assume that Boruto will take over his place as the next Hokage. Boruto's elite lineage includes the legendary Naruto Uzumaki and Hinata Hyuga. His abilities had already reached a level of tuning while he was at the academy, and he's a gifted genius. Boruto's master is Sasuke, so both Naruto and Sasuke are influencing Boruto's way of life. It's safe to say that he's a man born to become a Hokage. And if he does become a candidate, the Fire Daimyos will surely approve the decision. But actually, Boruto doesn't set his goals there. He'd rather support the Hokage from behind the scenes, like his idol Sasuke does. Although Boruto realizes his path is already set in front of him, being Hokage is just one track to him. Boruto has always missed his father, who was overloaded with duties and spent little time with his family. So he grew up to think that he'd rather be in a position to support the Hokage than walk the same path as his father. If Boruto's goals were also to become a Hokage, he could have boasted a super elite lineage with 3 generations of Hokage, so it's kind of a shame that that wouldn't happen. But Boruto is still a newbie who just graduated from the academy, so he might change his mind as he grows older. After all, his ninjutsu skills are outstanding, and although he can sometimes be carried away, he's very caring to others. He'd surely be the new big shot for Hokage. Sarada Uchiha. Unlike Boruto, Sarada does aspire to become a Hokage. She's very much talented and inherits the Sharingan from her father Sasuke, and monstrous strength from her mother Sakura. She idolizes Naruto, even though her own father Sasuke is a legendary shinobi himself. She dreams and declares to be a Hokage, which actually resembles Naruto's childhood. Sarada once asked Boruto if being Hokage was his dream, but Boruto replied that his dream is to become a shinobi like her dad Sasuke, and to support Sarada if she were to be a Hokage. Hearing that, Sarada couldn't help herself from blushing. Cute, isn't she? The Uchiha clan were the super elites of Konoha, and her mother Sakura is the head of the medical department. Sarada's lineage is not at all inferior to Boruto's. And after all, Sarada has high motivations to become a Hokage, so she might have the best chance. However, there's one drawback to her success, and that is being the daughter of Sasuke. In the past, Sasuke was a member of Akatsuki and attacked the 5 Kage Summit. Although he wasn't charged with a serious crime, he does have a shady past. Let's look back at the story to the point where Tsunade became unconscious after the battle against Pain. The Fire Daimyos discussed whom to place as the next Hokage. One of them proposed Kakashi to take the role, and the conversation went on to discuss who Kakashi's master was, and even about his master's master. This means that master-student relationships and family bloodlines are also important factors to determine a Hokage. So having a father with a criminal record could be a drawback for Sarada. Being an Uchiha clan can work negatively against Sarada's dream, because everyone still remembers the devastation brought to the shinobi world by Obito and Madara Uchiha. If Sarada could overcome the clan issue, she'll have a good shot at being the Hokage. Konohamaru Sarutobi. Having many talented shinobi around him, Konohamaru's presence doesn't stand out much. But he's also a ninja with Hokage in his veins. His grandfather, Hiruzen Sarutobi, was the 3rd Hokage. Konohamaru and Naruto were comedic rivals in their childhood, competing each other with sexy jutsu, but in Boruto, Konohamaru is now a great jonin. His most outstanding jutsu is the Rasengan, but he's also capable of using other techniques like sealing jutsu, summoning jutsu, and other fire release jutsu. Naruto had personally taught him Rasengan, and Konohamaru is like his student. Tsunade has also acknowledged him as the successor of Naruto. As a child, Konohamaru had aspired to be a Hokage like his grandfather, but now he seems to keep the dream within himself. This is probably because the person he admires is the current Hokage, and he doesn't want to make remarks that will seem like he's anticipating Naruto's retirement. Konohamaru's presence isn't as outstanding as Boruto or Sarada, but actually, he's the closest person to taking on the role of Lord 8th. This is because Boruto and Sarada are still too young. Naruto's reign will probably continue some time longer, but if you remember, the very beginning of Boruto's series was hinting towards the sad future of Naruto. In that scene, Boruto looked like he was in his late teens or early 20s, so we can assume Naruto will pass away within the next 10 years. If Naruto dies, somebody has to take over his role as a Hokage. Gaara became Kazekage at 17, but that was a rare case. Taking over Hokage's role at that age would be too premature for Boruto or Sarada. So Konohamaru is the best option to place as the 8th, until the two grows up to an appropriate age. Kakashi also reigned as the 6th until Naruto became old enough to take the role over. Konohamaru is well qualified for Hokage thanks to his lineage and his master Naruto. His age will also be a decisive factor for being chosen as the Lord 8th. Shikamaru Nara. The 4th candidate is Shikamaru. Shikamaru served for the 6th Hokage Kakashi too, and ever since Naruto became the 7th, he's shown his number 2 leadership in the village. The 2nd Hokage Tobirama also served as the advisor to the 1st Hokage, so Shikamaru might just follow his steps and take the role on. If he had any disadvantages, it would be his actual strength. Shikamaru has an awfully high intellect of IQ 200, but when it comes to actual combat, he's no match for the Kage levels. His ability to create plans and strategies for a team is outstanding, but his power alone is not as remarkable. He'd probably lose one-on-one combat against Mizukage Chojuro, who's rumored to be the weakest Kage of all times. While Shikamaru is rather dull with his physical forces, he plays an excellent role in governing and diplomacy. In the episodes of Shikamaru Hiden, he showed his competence of assigning missions according to the team ranks and negotiation skills with the 5 great shinobi countries. His tactical shrewdness made people say, "Where there's a Konoha army, Shikamaru is taking command." Shikamaru is actually very well known to people in other villages. Naruto wouldn't have managed his duties without Shikamaru's support. The Fire Daimyos will probably acknowledge Shikamaru's competence favorably, taking into account that he's also praised in other villages. What's more, Shikamaru is the head of Nara clan, and his wife Temari is Kazekage's elder sister. He comes from a highly respectable family. In Boruto's world, shinobi will be less likely to go through dangerous missions. If power wasn't a crucial factor to become a Hokage, Shikamaru would be a perfect governor for the village. Shikamaru will get a good shot at Hokage if the world is at peace. Summary. So today I predicted the top 4 potential characters for the 8th Hokage. Sarada is the most motivated one, but considering her age, even if she gets a shot, she will probably be the 9th. Personally, I'm rooting for Konohamaru. I want to see him fulfill his dreams. Who do you think deserves to be the 8th Hokage? If you enjoyed the video, please comment below for more discussions.